Good morning. Happy Friday. It's good to talk to you guys again. I know I haven't really made a video this week, and that's mostly because what the text you guys have been reading and the tasks you guys have been completing are things we've done before. The texts are pretty easy, and the assignments and the questions you guys have been in charge of have been pretty straightforward and pretty easy, so I didn't really feel like a video was necessary. But I did want to make a video this week just to kind of give you guys some direction as to what we're going to be doing today, Friday. I figured today is, some time for something fun, time for something different. You guys have been working pretty hard this week, so I feel like it's time to do something a little different today on Friday. I noticed a lot of you guys really enjoyed the virtual field trip from last week, which is fantastic for me because then I can start planning a little bit more in the next couple weeks before summer starts. So I'm glad you guys enjoyed that part. So I figured why not do something a little similar. I noticed you guys really enjoy looking for things and learning things on your own. So I figured, hey, why not? Like, let's try that again, okay? So you guys are gonna do something a little bit different for me today. Instead of just reading another text or comparing and contrasting both stories, we're gonna do something a little bit more fun, something that's gonna get you guys doing something a little bit more independently. So why don't we go ahead and talk a little bit about what you guys are going to be doing today. It's going to be a good time. So let me pull up this PowerPoint real quick. This is going to walk you guys a little through about what we're going to be doing today for our assignment. So like the title says, you guys are going to be writing me a Fable book report. We have been learning a lot about fables. We've been studying them all year. And this week, you guys have been looking at them a little bit more closely with two fables. We'll talk more about it as I go through the slides, but just get this idea in your mind. You guys are going to be writing a book report on fables, and I'll talk a little bit about each slide as we get to it, okay? So like I said, we're going to be writing a Fable book report today. So what's the task? What are we doing? Well, like I said, you guys are going to write a book report on another fable that you will read on your own. So you're not going to pick the fables we've read this week. You're not going to pick the fables that we've read in class. You're going to find a fable to read on your own. That's the first thing. So step number one is you guys are going to find another fable to read on your own. Now, like I just said, I'm going to say it again just to repeat. You guys are not going to read the fables from this week, and you're going to try not to read a fable that we've read during the year. Now, I'm going to show you guys how you guys can do that exactly, okay? But this is step one. You guys are going to find another fable to read. Step two is you guys are going to describe the characters. One of the most important things about a fable is the characters, and so you guys are going to describe those for me. Step three is you guys are going to then recount the major events in the fable. You guys are going to put those important details in order. And then the last thing, step four, is you guys are going to explain the central message of the fable. And I will move myself out of the way so you guys can see all of the directions. There we go. So, yep, you guys are going to explain the central message of the fable. So let's break this down a little bit more. Let's look at step one. Step one is you guys are going to find another fable to read on your own. Now, Mr. Mendenhall, how am I going to do that? Well, let me show you guys where you guys can get started. I'm going to show you one of the most important book finding resources that you guys have is Mayan. It's straight on your Clever account. You guys know Mayan. You guys have been on there all year. This is probably the best place to start. So what I would do if I was to do this book report, knowing that I am going to do some reporting on different fables, I'm going to go to Mayan. I'm going to go to search, go to the library, and I'm going to type in the word fable. And look at that. Look at all of these fables I can pick from. There's the Lion and the Mouse right here. But like I said, you guys are not going to do that one because we read it already this week. And as you scroll all the way down, you guys will notice there are tons of options. There are tons of options you can pick from. So what you're going to do is you're going to pick one of these fables here. You're going to pick a different fable to read, and you're going to read it on your own. That is the first step. Now, Mr. Mendenhall, can I pick a fable that is not on Mayan? Meaning I know of a fable that's either on YouTube or a different website or some other reading website that I'm familiar with? Can I pick another fable that's not on my own that we haven't read? Absolutely you can. I know YouTube has a ton of read alouds where they read different fables. I know that. If you guys want to pick one of those, by all means, go for it. The main thing you guys want to do is find a fable that we have not read yet. So that's the first thing you guys are going to do, is find a different fable. So let's go back to our PowerPoint. Let's look at the second step. Let's go back to it. Step 2, you guys are going to describe the characters. Now, one of the questions that you guys are going to answer on your book report is a little bit about the characters, right? And like I said, in a fable, the most important thing we learn from a fable is what the characters do. So you guys are going to have to think about, while you guys are looking at this fable and reading this fable, you guys are thinking about, who are the characters? What are they like? How do they act? What do they want? How do they feel at different parts of the story? Your task is going to be to tell me a little bit more about the characters that are in the fable you choose. So describe them to me. What are their motivations? What are their traits like? How do they act? What do they feel? You see what I'm saying? So step 2 is going to be really important. You guys are going to have to really describe these characters well. Step 3. Let's break this down a little bit more. You guys are going to recount the major events in the fable. Well, how many, Mr. Mendenhall? Fables are not normally very long. I'd say you guys need to pick at least 5. So while you guys are reading the fable and thinking about the characters, I want you guys to think about at least 5 major events that happen in the fable. Even though fables are pretty short, you should be able to come up with at least 5 major events that happen in the fable. Now, remember what the word recount means. It's not just picking out the major events, it's putting them in order. I do not want you guys to type up the entire fable again. Pick 5 of the major events that happen, put them in your own words, and then make sure they go in sequence. Make sure they go in order. This one's a big one, because in the final step, step 4, is you guys are then going to explain the central message of the fable. Why is this fable written? Why was this story written in the first place? You guys are going to explain that to me. Is there a lesson that needs to be learned? Is there some kind of moral? Is there some kind of big idea or a theme? You guys are going to have to tell that to me. What is the central message of this fable? What lesson or moral should we, the readers, take from this fable? Now, once you guys have done those 4 steps, you guys are going to submit it to me straight through EDSB. I'm going to make a question list of the different questions you guys are going to be asking and answering. So you guys will submit it straight through EDSB. You guys don't have to type up another document or anything like that. Your report is going to be strictly on EDSB. So just to recap, you guys are going to be doing for me a book report on another fable that you guys choose. You guys are going to look for a fable to read. You're going to read it on your own. You're going to, 1, tell me what that fable is. 2, step 2 is you guys are going to tell me a little bit more about the characters. You guys are going to explain to me what the characters do, what they're like. Step 3 is you guys are going to then recount the important events in the story, at least 5, put them in order, tell me the major things that happen in the fable. The 4th and final step is then you guys are going to tell me the central message of the fable. What's the lesson? What's the theme? What's the moral of the story? So you guys are going to do those 4 things for me. You guys are going to submit it through EDSB. And hopefully you guys are going to have a good time with this. We're going to try to do more things like this, more things that involve you guys doing your own independent research and learning. So with that being said, if you have any questions on this, please feel free to send me a message or have your parents shoot me a text. I'm here to help. And as always, I will see you guys next week. Have fun.